Hello guys, Joyfield Gamer here, and today I'm doing another what if since I'm kind of sick right now and don't have work, so yay! Spilling your guts out, yeah. Anyways, I actually watched more of the anime, and I'm actually a bit ahead, but barely in what, Volume 3, Episode 2, somewhere in the fair. For some reason, I have a memory of a goldfish for some reason, which even though I watched it just a few minutes, like a few seconds or a few minutes ago, or a few hours, I somehow forget some of the details. Not all of them, but some. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's continue with the what if. Okay. Last time when we last left off, Airy. Not the Airy that we saw in the beginning. The one that traveled through time. No. Of course, it succeeded, but yet there was still some complications. It's like the only thing that was going back in time was her memories, of course, of the things that they were going through, everything that was happening. So yes, basically, of course, Eri got the memories of mostly her papa and mama, which you already know, the ship, which if you weren't paying attention, well, I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm not going to say it, really. But anyways, as soon we begin right now, we will go to a different perspective. Mostly Izuku's, for now. This is just for now. Basically, before we even begin, this Izuku is going to be different, okay? He's going to be a bit, not cold, but rough around the edges. He's still going to have that goofy personality and really kind nature, but he's just very tough, you know? Not tough, but he has that basically when people go through a lot of hard things. Because this what if, Izuku's going to have a pretty much dark backstory when it's explained. But anyways, yes, let's just say he's been through a lot. But that's not the only thing, okay? Basically, Izuku was taken in by a hero. And this hero has little shadows under his eyes and pretty much uses a scarf for doing his hero work. And of course, he trains Izuku for when he has the time. And if you guys haven't figured out who it is, well, let's just say Aizawa. Simple as that. So yes, Aizawa pretty much took in Izuku under his wing. And you guys might be wondering, why? Why did he do that? You'll see why. It's kind of there's a reason why. There's a pretty good reason, and I think this is a good reason. But anyways, yes. Basically, Izuku was trained by Aizawa how to use self-defense and pretty much how to fight back. Of course, Aizawa knows that Izuku's quirkless, and he knows about Izuku's dream, well, more like distant dream. Of course, Aizawa knows what Izuku went through because he's the one that was able to save Izuku in time of because of the disaster. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, let's continue. Oh, by the way, if you can't hear me somehow, it's just my mic being messed up. If you can't hear me, I'm sorry. It's just that my mic is really messed up. So yeah, hold up. Okay, I'm back. So I hope you guys can hear me better. And if you didn't hear me the first time because my mic was a distance, it's just that my mic's really messed up. But basically what I said is that Aizawa pretty much took in Izuku because Izuku went through a lot of stuff. And pretty much, if you're wondering why, Aizawa took him in and stuff like that, he felt bad for the kid. Pretty much for what he went through, and pretty much he learned about Izuku, about him being quirkless, and basically what he's going through, everything in school. Basically about kids, bullying him because of the situation. And also, I kind of got inspired by a manhwa. And let's just say, there's going to be this singular name, and mostly because of the backstory. And you might understand, if anyone might understand this. And the name is Kim Dokcha. Simple as that. If you guys don't know it, too bad. If the people that do know it, yes. But not the way that you think. It's inspired by it, but it's not the same way. But anyways, let's continue with the explanation. With basically, of course, Katsuki still being an asshole, even still being a brat since a kid. Of course, he's not like as much because he knows what he understands what Izuku went through, so he doesn't bully him as much. He just gives him names and that's it. That's it. He doesn't like bully him, nothing much. Of course, mostly the other kids do bullying him, and mostly yeah, they just call him the son of a murderer, and pretty much like that. With of course anyone that tries to like fight Izuku, of course he knows how to do self-defense, so he's fine. And at one point, and of course he was taught how to use like Aizawa's scarf. He knows how to use it. So basically, Izuku is well taught. He knows how to do kickboxing, taekwondo, karate, jiu-jitsu, you name it, basically. He's a really fast learner, and that's what Aizawa learned. But Izuku still felt like he was an outcast, because the way society brought up like quirks and being quirkless, you were pretty much thrown away like trash, and like you were disrespected because you don't have power. And a lot of people respect power. And Aizawa saw this, and he was wondering what he could do for the kid. Of course, Aizawa is not a monster. He may be harsh and also hard on others, but he cares. It's just that he shows it in a different way, and Izuku knows this, but yet he can't help but feel different. And of course, Izuku calls him dad. Of course, Izuku calls him dad because he trusts him and stuff like that, and he sees him as a father figure because Aizawa said that Izuku can become a great hero one day. He just has to work extremely hard, extremely much harder than the others. But anyways, let's cut to the day that everything will change for Izuku. It's gonna be by the time it's like second year of middle school, or actually no. I'm gonna make Izuku a little older on this one and make the UA a college. So yeah, this AU is basically different than anything. Basically, this what if. So basically, Izuku is 16. Yes, he's gonna be 16 in this one, and pretty much he's on like the last year of middle school. I think that's what they call it in Japan. But so yeah, basically, and of course Izuku is just playing with the pencil, not doing anything. Of course, same thing as kinda happens about the teacher saying, I know what you want to do. You all want to go to the hero route. Blah 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 blah. And of course he says, yes, this may be the last time for this class, but you have to keep on coming to classes so you can finish your final exams. I don't know how it works, so please, if I said it wrong, just write it down, like, for the comments saying, it doesn't work like that, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, let's continue. But then, of course, Izuku just walks home, and it's not the same route that, Izuku in, like, other versions Izuku takes. So basically, Izuku doesn't run into All Might. He's not able to ask the questions. So basically, that doesn't happen. He takes a completely different route, and pretty much just takes a long way. Pretty much just walking, clearing his head, because Izuku has some bruises on him, mostly because of the fights. Of course, he was able to overcome it, and the bullies got what they deserved. They got a call from home, and pretty much they were in trouble and stuff like that. You get the idea. Of course, Izuku being proud that he's able to defeat them and like come out on top, even though one time he was actually like surrounded by a lot of kids. Like I'm like not joking. Like there was like what 50 kids that were surrounding Izuku. I'm making Izuku that good in self-defense. So if you don't like it, bite me. I don't care. My what if. But anyways, yes. Anyways, Izuku just thought, saying, really? People think they can become heroes just because of that amazing quirks? Don't make me laugh. And he goes, of course, he kind of has the ideology of Aizawa that he gained. Basically, mostly actions speak louder than words, pretty much. And, like, basically, he knows what a true hero is. And, of course, Izuku does have those hero things. And Izuku's, like, very nice guy once you get to know him. Like, when you first meet him, he may look, like, cold and distant. But when you, like, really get to know the guy, he's, like, a big softy. And he kind of like sometimes in battles or fights, he kind of like does, like the Peter Parker mouth. But basically, he has the Spidey mouth, like saying jokes in the midst of battle, pretty much trying to do that little tactic of like confusing the opponent while you throw the hits and punches like that. It's a really good tactic if you think about it. So basically, yeah, Izuku's like that. But anyways, let's continue. Of course, Izuku's just walking down the city, but then instantly he feels someone bumped into him, and he's like, "Hey, are you?" But he sees a little girl with white hair, and he looks down, with then saying, "Oh, sorry, are you okay?" With then instantly the little girl looks up at her, and then gets an image of someone saying, "Oh, are you okay? Here, let me help you." Pretty much, of course, same thing as Izuku. And the only things that came out of her word is saying, "Papa?" Of course, Izuku was taken back by this, with instantly Eri runs towards him, and then Izuku's like, "Huh? Sorry, did I think I heard you correctly?" With the girl saying, "Please, save me." And Izuku heard this, and he literally, like subconsciously, instantly was gonna go ahead and run towards the police, and literally was on guard. But then instantly, the, I forgot the guy's name. I'm sorry, but I know it was Overhaul. I know it's like the villain name, but yeah, basically the guy Overhaul says, "Oh, sorry about my daughter. She just likes to run off. You know how curious kids are." With Izuku looking at him, like all strategically, like just like I forgot that look, but I forgot the word. Analyzing him. That's the best. I think that's what it's called. But basically, analyzing him, giving him that analyzing stare, like he's just looking for anything. With Izuku picking up just like the two gloves, which are intriguing yet something worrying for him. With Izuku just playing it, saying, "Oh, it's okay." And he looks at the bandages, and of course he knows it's something that can't be normal, like no accident. With Izuku saying, "Your daughter looks very hurt. I think we should take her to the hospital." With Izuku just thinking, I don't know what she did to her, but she can't stop shaking. And of course Izuku, for some reason, just feels overprotective about her, and he doesn't know why, yet he just feels like it's his duty to, like, literally just take care of her, you know? Like, I don't know where parental instincts just took over, you know? And Izuku doesn't know why, yet he's just going with the flow with it, you know? But anyways, yes. With Overhaul saying, "Don't worry, those aren't really old, like, surgery wounds, you know? They're still healing, so everything will be fine." With, of course, the guy gave him, Izuku, a dangerous look. With then Eri just still tearing up, with Izuku, with her saying, "Please, don't let him take me." And Izuku just, something in him kind of snapped. Not like completely snapped, but it was starting to snap. Like it was like a small, he was starting to hold on to a little thread, you know? Like the only thing that was making him like completely break, you know? But anyways, yeah. And Izuku saying, "And may I ask how she got these injuries? These look very, very dangerous, or very bad." With, of course, the guy says, "Eri, you don't want to make a mess, do you? It might be your fault if something bad happens to this guy." With Eri just, of course, hearing those, she instantly let go and just walked off, saying, "It's okay, I'll go. Just please don't hurt him." With the man saying, "Good job, good girl. Now come on, we need to get home." With something inside Izuku telling him, "Don't let go." Of course, he instantly grabbed by Eri's hands, Izuku saying, "If you're hurt, don't go with him. It's okay." With the guy being annoyed, just saying, "Look, kid, mind your own business, okay?" With Izuku just reluctantly letting go, saying, Yes, sir. But something in his gut and his mind is like everything in his being is like telling him to go follow them, to go do anything to stop him. And of course, Izuku, but something else was stopping him, and that was like an instinct saying, if you follow him, you die. You know, like the danger sense kind of instinct. Like, you know, with Izuku's like, oh, damn it. But then Izuku just walks towards Aizawa and pretty much just like slams the door, and of course saying, "Dad, I'm home." No answer. Izuku saying, Dad? No answer. So basically, he looks around and he sees a note. Izuku's the note, and Aizawa says, been, been called for hero work. Take care. Don't do anything stupid. Izuku saying, yeah, I won't do anything stupid. So, yeah. Anyways, Izuku just pretty much stood there, just sat there thinking, and like kept pondering what he could have done to save her. It's like everything in his being right now, like everything in his mind, saving that girl for some reason. It's like something in him. He doesn't know what or why. He just wanted to protect her. To at least run or die trying to fight that man, but yet, if he did, everything would go in vain. He doesn't know why he feels like this, but yet he does. But anyways, of course, we skip to another perspective. Two people with hoodies. And by the way, just letting you know, I'm not that like far ahead of the anime, so if I get things wrong, please understand that there's just little like holes of information for me there. So if I get things incorrectly, please don't hate me. But anyways, let's continue. With then pretty much Izuku just saying, if I could have done anything, what would have it been? Well, of course, the two cloaks look at the certain power and just say, what? With one of them, with the female voice, saying, why has this power, why has it chosen him? He's not even from, with the other voice being male, saying, it's quite intriguing. But I guess we should summon him, because it's what the power says. I don't know if it's possible to... I don't know. I have never seen this before. Maybe things could be interesting if you think about it. But of course, the female voice saying, but what if things go south? With the man saying, it probably will, but we have no choice. With instantly, a light glows, and pretty much a bright glow appears in front of Izuku and pretty much blinds him, saying, with Izuku saying, what the? Of course, Izuku was just in his like regular shirt and like pants. With Izuku saying, where am I? What am I doing here? With basically the voice saying, why hello, child. With of course Izuku saying, okay, who are you two? Are you two villains? Because if so, I am going to beat your ass. And I'm not afraid to fight back. With basically Izuku just freaking out saying, dear God, why did I have to be taken away by villains? Why was I kidnapped? Of course, the man says, easy there. We're not here to bring harm on you. We swear. With Izuku just saying, uh-huh. And why would I believe you? With the man just explaining that you were summoned here to help save another world. To put it bluntly, another dimension. With Izuku saying, huh? What? With the man saying, as I said before, we need your help to save another dimension. With Izuku saying, sorry, say what? Wait, what? Huh? Wait, another dimension? Like, like the multiversal theory and being like different dimensions, like similar. There's similar things, but yet there's also quite big differences. With the man agreeing and shaking his head. With Izuku saying, "Okay, then. So may I ask, why you chose me?" With the man explaining that he didn't choose him. It was the power of the maidens. With the seasoned maidens, I forgot what it's called, but basically, yeah, he was summoned by the power of the seasonal maidens. I don't know what it's called, but anyways, yeah. Remember, I'm like barely at volume 3, episode 1, so I have a lot of plot holes, like a lot of like holes in my information, so please don't hate me. But anyways, yeah. With Shizuka saying, okay. So, will I be able to come back to my world? With the man saying, I don't know if it's possible. I don't know, but I only know now that it's only a one-way trip. Sorry, what? What? With the man saying, yes, it's only a one-way trip. So speaking of which, I would not give you a choice. I will not force you. Sorry, I meant to say I will not force you. I will give you a choice. You can decline and go back to your world and whatever you do, whatever you want, but you have to keep this a secret. Or you can agree and I can help you with a few slight differences, yet also a few things that might help. With basically Izuku thinking this for a few minutes, and Izuku thinks about mostly his adopted father and father figure, with some of the people that actually, just the very few people that care about him, which is not a lot really. It's mostly Aizawa, Mitsuki, and Bakugo's dad. I don't know the guy's name, but yes. With Izuku just asking, saying, is there actually a way for me to go back? With the man saying, if you want my honest opinion, I don't know. Anything's possible, really. For example, like you. You were chosen by the power of the maidens from the world I protect. And you're from another dimension, which is saying something. Izuku saying, good point. So you're saying this, I can become a hero? With the man saying, what do you mean by hero? Izuku saying, you do know what superheroes are that save the day and stuff like that, right? With the man shakes his head saying, why, yes. Why? Basically, he explains about like what quirks are, with Izuku just pretty much giving him the full rundown about quirks, about heroes, villains, about the whole thing in the world. And remember, and yes, Izuku still has that little analyzation thing that he has about writing things down and stuff. So basically, yes. Sorry. But anyways, yes. Within pretty much the man saying, why, that's incredible. But yes, if you agree, I will give you a semblance. With Izuku saying, sorry, say what now? What's a semblance? With the man saying, yes, sorry, I didn't explain it to you. Basically, he explains about dust, semblance, and pretty much, sorry. And also about huntsman. There it is. That's what I was trying to remember. And I wrote down some of the characters' names just in case, really. And this is to make sure I don't forget it and try to make myself look like an idiot. But anyways, yes. Anyways, with Izuku saying, okay then. But if I agree, I need three conditions, okay? With the man saying, okay, that's the least we can do if you're gonna help us. With, of course, Izuku agreeing. With the man saying, so, what is your first request? Izuku saying, I want you to Is it okay if you can help me save someone before I go? With the man confusing, What do you mean? With the man raising the eyebrow. Izuku explains of what he's experienced the day, like a few minutes before he got summoned by them. About a little girl that was taken by them. Someone named Eri, with I forgot to say, the overhaul kind of said when he told Eri to come with, or things might get messy. Sorry for yawning. Or things might get messy. And pretty much explained like everything, how she looked, like the ruby eyes, the silver hair, and the little horn that she has on the side of her head. With the man understanding, but also is shocked, kind of concerned, hearing that she has bandages wrapping around her whole limbs, with basically saying, let if that's so. Then he looks to his assistant, and basically, the female-looking hooded figure shakes her head in agreement, with the man saying, "Of course. Now let's go find her." He's saying, "Great, but I don't know where." With the man saying, "Do not be frightened. Don't worry. I will be able to find her. And just about now." And with the snap of his fingers, instantly a bright light appears. With then basically, of course, they appear somewhere in a room. With, of course, seeing two people. The man that Izuku saw, with then Eri with the girl, yes, named Eri, being strapped down to a chair, being, of course, frightened of what's happening. With then Izuku saying, shocked and looking at him, just saying, "What the hell you think you're doing?" With instantly the man looks behind him, annoyed at seeing Izuku, saying, How did you get in here? And why are you here?" With instantly Eri saying, "Mister!" With instantly Izuku saying, just repeating again, but instead looking at him with a dangerous look, saying, "What the hell do you think you're doing to her?" With the man saying, "It's none of your business." Izuku not looking away from him, but asking the other hooded figure, saying, "Is it okay if I can power the power of the whatever you called it?" With the man saying, "Why, of course, use it as you please. But please be responsible with it." Before he even finished it, Izuku just raised his hand a little bit, and it's like he summoned the power. It's like instantly the power moved towards him. Of course, the hooded figure's assistant was holding the power within her hands. And the power went straight towards Izuku. With then pretty much, Izuku just pretty much looked at the man with basically fire appearing out. And the fire doesn't look like anything like a regular fire. No. There was actually green tints on the fire, actually. Not completely green, but there was like some orange mixed with a little bit of green. But yeah. Anyways, the man was confused. Both the man and the assistant of the man were shocked and amazed at such a display, because that never happened before. But then basically, Izuku just looks at his hand, but then back at the other masked man. Of course, I kind of forgot his name instantly because I was just straight like too into the story. But Elverhall, there it is. Basically, sorry again Sorry for the yawning again. But basically, he looked at the masked man, with Izuku saying, "You won't touch her." With the man, with of course, Overhaul scoff saying, "What is a kid like you gonna do about it? You can't do any." And before he even finished, with a snap of Izuku's fingers, he instinctively just snapped. With instantly, the man for some reason felt like something was burning, but instantly it was gone. He doesn't know what happened, but he decided to look down. And what he saw were literally just his legs somehow burnt up to the knees. And remember, this Izuku can be brutal. He's not the one that. There are moments that Izuku can be brutal. There are moments when he can be extremely goofy, kind. Like, his character is pretty complex at this point. But anyways, yeah. With Izuku just looking at the man. With the man just screaming, of course, in agony. Because it didn't register to him completely. With, of course, Izuku walks up to him. Starts walking towards him closer and closer. With the man saying, "You brat." Of course, he was gonna go reach and touch Izuku, but before he could even touch Izuku just quickly snaps. The Overhaul gone, turning nothing to dust. Not even dust is left, really. With the girl, with Eri shocked and scared, looking at Izuku. With Izuku saying, "I'm not gonna hurt you." Of course, quickly changing his look towards her as a very kind and soft look. With then Izuku pretty much just going over the little things that are latching her onto the chair. Instantly, Izuku just goes towards him and pretty much holds Eri towards his chest, and Eri just hears his heartbeat, like. With pretty much just her calming, with then she just starts crying. Izuku is shocked by this, but he thinks he can. But of course, he understands the reason. She must have been through a lot. She must have gone through so much pain. But then Izuku just says a promising, "I promise to never leave you alone again, and to protect you always." With, of course, the two hooded figures see this and are very happy about this. With basically instantly the other man saying, "This may sound like rude and very not having morals, but I am here simply getting to business. And please don't take this the wrong way. What are your other two demands?" With Izuku saying, "I would like to say goodbye to my dad, if that's fine. Well, not my real dad, but more my adopted dad." With, of course, Aizawa getting home, sees Izuku's shoes, and he thinks Izuku's in his room, but no. But then he starts getting worried, and pretty much like that. With then, basically, he sees a bright light happening. Of course, you guys might be thinking, "Whoa, you're rushing too much of this," but no, not really. Remember, like I said before, Izuku feels like an outcast, not just through school, but mostly through life, because everything he's going through is pretty tough in the normal sense, and basically, he's been bullied for such a long time, ever since, like, preschool. So basically, he doesn't feel like being in this world. Of course, the only reason why he would want to come back is mostly because of his dad, and of course Mitsuki and her husband. And basically, those were the only reasons why he would want to come back, is to mainly visit Aizawa. With, of course, like I said, the the hooded figure explained semblance and everything, and pretty much about faunus. The faunuses. I don't know how to say it correctly, but yes, faunus. And pretty much the animal, half human, half animal hybrids. So basically that. And of course, there will be power he will gain because he will give him directly. And of course, the guy did explain that for some reason Izuku doesn't have a quirk. Like he explained, his world works. Of course, Izuku was confused during the time he was there spending, and pretty much being explained. He pretty much, of course, the man explained that Izuku did have the quirk gene with him because he did explain that both of his parents had quirks with them. So basically, kind of like that little talk, and pretty much Izuku thinking that he could be a hero in another world and somehow find a way to come back. And he promises that he will. And basically, he doesn't care about being the number one hero anymore. And of course, he even thought maybe when he comes back, he can maybe become just try to re-enlist, just try to go to get his hero license and just become a regular hero and just help people, not become like those people that do it for fame and stuff, you know. So basically, yeah. Anyways, we go back with Aizawa seeing Izuku and basically kind of giving a little speech of why he's going and why he wants to save others. And Izuku said that he would have liked to also leave Eri with him because he trusts him, but Eri said that she doesn't want to separate from him because he's her pop. He is her new papa. Well, of course, Aizawa being kind of like confused by this, but yet understood what she meant in a weird way, you know? And so Aizawa asked if there's any way to come back to at least visit him or give him a note, with the hooded figure just saying, in all honesty, I do not know any methods, but there probably is that even I don't know. But knowing this child, making the impossible possible, there's no doubt. With then Aizawa looking at Izuku and just smiling, but then walking towards him saying, okay, you can go. With Izuku looking at him, knowing that he's going to say something else, with then Aizawa saying, but you have to promise me. With, of course, Izuku saying, what is it? With Aizawa saying, don't die on me. Got it? And Izuku just smiling at him saying, you know I don't go down easy. Aizawa was smiling saying, yeah, I know, kid. With instantly, Aizawa took off his scarf. Of course, this kind of confused Izuku. Within, pretty much, Aizawa just wraps his scarf around Izuku's neck, saying, give it back to me when you come back. Got it? Izuku just puts his hand on his scarf, saying, yeah, I will. By the way, I did say that Bakugo did stop bullying him, but I didn't say when he stopped bullying him. So, you can say that Bakugo stopped bullying him by the time he was like, what, in his middle school? That's when like all of things happened. So yeah, basically. With then, pretty much, Izuku goes to the house, the Bakugo household. With, of course, Izuku goes in and pretty much, not go in, but basically appears there with two people, with pretty much kind of being of both of them. Both the hooded figures pretty much explaining the both of them that Izuku will be summoned towards his world, yet it's only a one-way ticket. But there might be another way to go to there to come back. Mitsuki pretty much is kind of really saddened by this because she wanted to see Izuku grow up to be a good hero. Of course, she knew about Izuku's situation about being quirkless, but being able to become a hero in another world where they don't have, there's like no quirks, and mostly everyone has a semblance. Or in a way, she thinks about it that everyone has a quirk, and Izuku's getting his own in a way. So yeah, anyways, everything goes nice. Have a nice talk and pretty much like that. Of course, Katsuki is Katsuki, and basically tries to leave with Izuku, just saying, "Look, Katsuki, I'm gonna be honest. I give up trying to become the number one hero." Katsuki looks at Izuku, saying, "What?" Izuku saying, "You heard me. I'm done with being that. Besides, you're one of the people that wanted me to give up anyways. So, I'm taking your advice." Of course, remember, Katsuki didn't tell Izuku to, jump off the building and kill himself. He didn't say that. So basically, Izuku just tells him that he's just done with all the stuff that he's went through because of him, and of course all the bullying. And Izuku does have scar marks for this, because Bakugo's explosions were leaving marks, like scratch marks and stuff like that, so Izuku mostly wore like a long sleeve shirt. So basically, Katsuki's shocked, and he says, "You're coming back anyway, so it doesn't matter." Izuku saying, "I'm only gonna come back for visits, though. Nothing more, really. And I might stay over there, but because it seems much better, more kind, really." Well, then pretty much Katsuki and everyone else shocked, but Mitsuki just understands because she is angered by what Bakugo did to him. Of course, she's holding it in for now to scold him later, but anyway, she just says, "Promise me though, that you'll at least send us a letter or anything. And most of all, importantly, don't die." Izuku saying, you're not the first one to tell me that." Well, then, of course, Izuku did it. Of course, during the whole entire thing, Izuku did explain about Eri and everything, and everyone was shocked about it. But we're happy to see that Eri was better with Izuku. And before you all telling me why didn't Eri just stay with Aizawa? Remember, she's literally she's too attached to him, so she won't trust anyone but him. So yeah. Sorry. But then basically Izuku and of course the other with Eri pretty much sleeping in his arms with the other two cloaked figures, pretty much taking Izuku to the place where people first were. With of course the man gives him a semblance, and I decided to name this semblance something simple. Erase. And of course he explained it into where he can literally stop the semblance for anyone and pretty much neutralize dust completely, and of course make Grimm's weaker by this. And of course, like I said before, I was inspired by another person with a what if. But yes, anyways, let's continue. So basically, he explained about Izuku's semblance, and basically, yeah, simple as that. And of course, Eri woke up at this, and then the hooded figure saying, "Now we should help her to change her quirk into a semblance." With Izuku saying, "Can you do that?" And the hooded man saying, "I don't know. Let's try. It's of course harmless, and nothing wrong will happen." Of course, instantly the man puts his hand on Eri's forehead. Of course, she was really scared, but Izuku pretty much comforted her, and that gave her a bit of strength. And of course, Eri is pretty much changing. Well, mostly the only thing that's changing is the little horn on her head. It was slowly starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller until it was gone instantly. With Izuku saying, may I ask what you did?" With of course the man saying, "I just changed her quirk into a semblance." And of course, she has aura as well. And I might say, her semblance might be one of the most powerful semblances ever. If she can control this, she'll be someone to right. She will be one of the most powerful huntresses ever existed in time. With Izuku saying, really? What is it? With basically, instantly the man says, time manipulation. Zuko looks at him, time manipulation, like she can control time? With the man saying, in a sense, yes and no. Mostly, the time manipulation is like she can freeze things. She can freeze everything, you know? But she would have to concentrate extremely a lot to pretty much make a certain person or someone to move. It would take a lot of concentration, but if she's your new adopted daughter, I'm guessing she'll be just fine. With then him saying, oh yes, I almost forgot. Here's a little something. Here's a little gift for you. With pretty much Izuku saying, huh? Instantly, the man summoned weapons of all caliber. There was one that was a bow that can turn into a bow staff. Pretty much one that was a sword that can turn into a gun. One that can a machete. Pretty much like you can imagine. A lot of weapons pretty much are interesting to Izuku, but there was only one that caught his eye. And just hold up. And it was this sword. With Izuku asking, excuse me, sir? Hey, what is this? With the man saying, oh, well, actually, this is a very unique sword. It has both the round of a, to be honest, I forgot what it was called. Damn it. For some reason I forget, but basically it has a little cylinder thing for one of the guns. I forgot it. I literally forgot what it was called for some reason. But then he explains saying that it can also turn into a bit of an assault rifle, and also be a pistol and turn into a scythe. With the man grabbing it and just showing it, pretty much pushing a button, pretty much spinning it, turning it to a scythe, with then instantly pushing the button, but then pulling the little lever. Do you see the lever, like the little trigger thing? But instantly, him like moving the lever forward. Instantly, he spins it around he spins the little lever with the ring finger, and it turns into an assault rifle. With then instantly again spinning it, but this time not as like too much. With them turning it into like a bit of a pistol. And then instantly, he just presses the button. He just holds the button down, and then the sword just appears. With Izuku saying, whoa, I would like that one, really. With the man saying, are you sure? Because there's a lot of other choices, and this one's just too complicated. Izuku saying, I like it, though. It seems cool. And I'm just excited, really, to see how this world works. And also having that as a weapon, it's so cool! And may I ask how you fire it? And how you were able to change it? Of course, the man just pretty much shows Izuku with a bit of a slow head, like going slowly. And since Izuku is like a very, very fast learner, he was able to catch it instantly. So basically, it's like, not like, he was able to get it instantly, but he's not able to do like the fancy moves and stuff, you know? He was mostly able to grab it and like while he holds it, like in front of him, it turns into like a scythe. Then instantly pressing it again, it turns into like the assault rifle. You know, like I forgot the gun that has like the cylinder that pretty much like you know? I forgot what that gun's called, but basically it's like that. It turns into that, but then turns into like a little pistol one, you know? So basically, yeah. So basically, Izuku's like, huh, I think I'm getting it, but I really can't do the things like you do. But the man saying, it takes practice. You'll get it one day. Then pretty much he's saying, thanks, but I hope Air doesn't get hers yet. She's a bit too young for that. With, of course, Eri just looking at them confused and just says, Papa. And Izuku still kind of gets a little bit confused of why she calls him that, but of course he just rolls with it. And with her just saying, is everything gonna be okay, Papa? With Izuku saying, of course, Eri, everything will be fine. With then, of course, the man saying, so, since you decided, it's time for you to go. With Izuku, wait, before I go, is it okay if I can ask for, clothes? With the man looking both at Izuku and Eri, of course, he notices saying, actually, that might not be a bad idea. With the man asking what would they like. With Izuku saying, oh, well, I would like this, this, and this. And basically, if y'all haven't noticed what this weapon is, then I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, yes. Izuku asked for a leather jacket, some combat pants, and some combat boots. Like black combat boots and black combat pants, but yes. And pretty much a jacket that has a flaming bird at the back of his jacket, and it's all green. And basically, here's how he looks like. And basically, this is Izuku. Yes, he has Leon's outfit. I think I said the name correctly, but yes, he basically has Leon's look in this What If for his huntsman outfit. So, yeah. Of course, he has a hoodie. He also has a hoodie on with him. So, basically, Eri just has a regular, look, really. Just like a regular dress with regular shoes and stuff like that, with long sleeves. And, of course, Izuku does have, the gloves and stuff like that. Instantly, the man says, I think that is all. Everything else is fine. Hope you have a good life. And maybe one day come back to your own home. Izuku saying, thanks, I will. And that's where I'm going to leave it off. I hope you guys enjoy. And also, please say thank you to Narukami Dreamer for this, of course, background. Because I am in love with it, and I love it. I love this background. It's super cool. But anyways, take care. Bye.